Hendon Hooker, when you add all of his stats together from last year and this year, 58 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Is that good? That's that's more than an 11-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. He is 6'4" and 215 pounds. He does have a good arm. Like, he looks in a lot of ways like the prototype. But everything I'm seeing, he's going to be like a second-round pick, maybe even slip to the third with an ACL injury. And also, I didn't even mention this. In the last 2 years, 1,050 rushing yards combined and 10 touchdowns. So 68 total touchdowns, passing and running, 5 interceptions. And I think we all agree that we want someone ideally to be more mobile than the statue that is Jared Goff.
Yes.
I guess
that would be nice.
I guess the big question is, do we use one of our 5 picks in the first 65 on a quarterback who probably won't see the field for at least a year or two? Do we commit then to Jared Goff probably being the guy next year? I'd like to see how the season plays out because there's a variety of different ways it can go. It could go as high as Jared Goff leading the Lions, or at least as a starting quarterback of a playoff team, or it could do like a lot of Lions seasons as implode. I think the former is a little bit more likely, but still, I think it all depends on what they need, what pieces that they can also add around. But the good news about having all those draft picks is you might be able to take a flyer on a Hendon Hooker, because Hendon Hooker might be the guy that a lot of teams feel is the guy that got away because he's a damn good quarterback. Yep. It's his age, it's his injury. I think that's the only thing that's scaring teams off right now. So if the Lions were to take a flyer, I wouldn't hate it at all. In fact, I'd probably be pretty excited.
Yeah. Before the injury, if Hendon Hooker was 3 years younger, he would have been projected as the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. This guy is an explosive talent. He's got a rocket arm. He's very accurate. And, Sam brought up a point back in the back when we were doing this prep that he couldn't beat out Sean Clifford.
That was Will Levis.
Oh, Will Levis. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes. Well, he couldn't beat out
Joe Milton.
Joe Milton.
Yes.
Yes, Joe Milton. And I'm not too worried about that because you look at a guy like Joe Burrow. Who couldn't beat out people. He couldn't beat out Justin Fields. He couldn't beat out other people for the Ohio State job. And then he goes to LSU and has a Heisman year. Yeah. And that's what he was doing. He couldn't get the job. He couldn't do what he wanted to do at West Virginia. Transfers to Tennessee. Doesn't get the starting spot over Joe Milton. But when he does, when he gets inserted in the lineup, he has Heisman-level talent. He has Heisman-level numbers. So this is a guy, like I said, if he was 3 years younger, he'd be talked about as the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. That is flat out.